I have learned a massive amount of information when it comes to TPA. With any part of TPA, you want to be sure to use your handbook as a guide for the rules, restrictions, and the regulations. You'll want to express your individuality and your creativity throughout TPA, and always remember to keep your information within the limits of your central focus, the standards, and the learning objectives. There are 3 tasks that a TPA consists of. 1 is planning. You want to plan accordingly. Start with the standards and not the activities. You'll want to teach by what the children need to know, even if it means using a form of assessment to create your plan. It should contain 3 to 5 lessons that scaffold from each other and be no longer than 4 pages. Always provide evidence to support their learning. Don't use assumptions or stereotypes. You don't have to explain your rationales, but plan to save that for your commentary. You do not repeat the prompts or the rubric language. Be sure to use academic language and include your theorists to support your planning. Do not name drop. Task 2. This is the video. You will want to be sure to have sufficient lighting. Make sure that your camera or camcorder is on a tripod. You will want to have it in portrait mode, not in the other mode, because you may not be able to see the whole screen. You will want to get consent from all of your students, no matter what you have to do, your principal and your mentor teacher. You will want to resort to your TPA handbook for specifics, the requirements. You want to avoid the identifiers. You can blur out some things, but you don't want to blur your whole video out. The classroom should be intact and respectful. Engage your students in the questions. Do not ask them yes or no questions. You want to deepen their understanding. Make sure that your lesson is specific to your requirements. You will want to include captions as relevant, and you will want to transcribe the inaudible portions. And lastly, for task 2, you will want to reflect on your work. What could you have done differently? Not meaning the students or the classroom or the situation. You will want to think about how you could have presented the information differently, or how you could have managed your time better. And remember to be natural, and do not post it on social media. And for task 3, this is your assessment. For your assessment, you will use 3 different levels of students, meaning a high, a middle, and a low. Be sure that your assessment reflects on the lesson that was taught whole group, and that it aligns with the central focus, the learning objective, and the standards. Relate back to your TPA handbook as needed, and you will want to include any understandings, misunderstandings, or common errors that you found throughout the lesson, throughout the assessment. And you'll want to think to yourself, how can you use this to form a hypothesis? What did you see that a lot of students did? What did you see that they missed? How can you improve yourself? You will also want to provide feedback. When you provide feedback, be positive. Include areas of success as well as areas that need improvement. You don't want to give all the positive and no negative. You want to kind of be even. No bias, no favoritism.